foggy day in London town had me low, had me down.
I think I've been waiting for this movie. I've been waiting for someone to make this movie, so that pressure on me was from me, myself.
While they're still rolling, as we're getting out of the vehicle, she just yells, "Whoa!" Just like so. I was like, yes, but also Queen, they are still rolling. Let's maybe not. Yeah.
But that chemistry was real from the day one. I mean, they never chemistry read together. So each one got the role separately. And so when we hired them, I was like, oh, we don't know, but I know she's definitely Glinda and I know she's definitely Elphaba.
A spoonful of sugar helps that medicine go down. And this has got more than a spoonful.
It's got a big old,
big old bowl.
It's delicious. Oh, it's a candy box.
She was just like, we're trying to like kind of pick between two directions. We're thinking Munchkins might have blue hair and like that's kind of the look that we're going for, or they might have like red curly hair with freckles and brown eyes. And I was like, I feel like the latter would be a lot easier.
Virgin Radio.
Hello.
Jelly. Nice to meet you. I'm Jeff. Nice to see you.
So nice to meet you.
Oh, great to meet you guys.
We adored the film as well, so we've been
Thank
so
you.
excited
Oh,
with
good. Thank you.
Did you see what we did here?
I did. We're the first ones to do this, right?
It was the first thing I saw, and I was like, why has nobody else won Pink?
It's such an obvious
but you're wearing a
win.
great.
Look at that green and pink. They're in green. Now I get it. Green
First
goes
people to do that, yeah.
good with
We should
pink.
have done that. We should have done that.
Yeah, what are we thinking?
Yeah.
Our undergarments are very green.
Exactly.
Well, it's so nice
We're
to
wearing
meet
blue
you.
and red.
Yeah,
Wonderfully great.
we're off. But you guys came in clutch. But it's lovely to meet you. We're yapping, sorry.
No,
It's lovely to
yeah,
meet you.
that's great.
Where are you from? Tell me the organization. and
Chris, this is Virgin Radio.
Yes, with
Chris Evans.
The Chris Evans
Iconic
breakfast
show.
Okay, oh, it's a morning show, breakfast show. Okay.
Early birds.
All right, good.
Are we? Yeah, nice one. Cool.
And you have to wrap up now. I'm so sorry.
It's so nice to meet you, and the film is epic. And speaking on behalf of theatre kids everywhere, it's just an absolute dream. And it looked like so much fun to work on. Was it as fun as it looked?
Yes.
Yes, that's so gratifying to hear that you liked it so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So much. And did there stand out funny moments on set? Anything particularly you can share with us?
Yeah, there's lots. I mean, you know,
Every single moment, but is there a
I think there's a healthy blooper reel that's yet to
Oh,
find its way into the internet, and I'm sure when it comes, there's so much work that has to go into this, and I think you have to approach it with such sort of like high stakes because I loved the original show, and you want to serve obviously all the fans, but also the original cast, and so the joy really has also come afterwards of just seeing it all come together. And Jon M as a director is a knockout.
He's a maestro. Boy, does he know how to do this. He's a very brilliant man and a kind, sweet man. And the people that he surrounded himself with, all the costume, production designer, everybody, and this cast is a dream come true. Absolutely amazing. And Stephen Schwartz's music and this show, as it's been loved for 20 years, you know, to have the chance to put that on film is amazing. It's a rollicking entertainment, crying, laughing, but it's important. There's animal cruelty. There's judging a book by its cover too horribly and using bad information about somebody to, whip something up and become powerful yourself. There's the corruption of power, how power corrupts. It's about important things, but it's just a spoonful of medicine helps a spoonful of sugar helps that medicine go down. And this has got more than a spoonful.
It's got a big old.
Big old bowl.
It's delicious. Oh, it's a candy box.
It really is.
So, Jon, as we were kind of saying, this is a film which means so much to so many people, us included, all of the cast. Was there an added pressure there coming to it that you kind of put on yourselves with that in mind?
I think I've been waiting for this movie. I've been waiting for someone to make this movie, so that pressure on me was from me, myself, but I also am a huge fan of it, and I also love cinema, and I know the power of what we could do to help enhance the things that I already love in it. So discovering those moments and then bringing Cynthia and Ari together to reinvent some of these, but also discover new areas to explore, it was the most fun you could have.
Yeah, and they looked it as well.
Oh
okay,
my gosh,
thank
so
you.
Much. This is a show which obviously means so much to so many people, myself included. The first time I saw it, I wept. And when I watched the film, I cried so much. Do you remember the first time you watched Wicked?
The stage?
Yeah.
I was like 11 or 12, I want to say, and my mom had surprised me with tickets to go see it. And she knew that I had wanted to see it, but finances were like questionable. And so I think she had told me that we were going to lunch or something, which we did do after. But yeah, just realizing once we were at the theater that she had done that, it was really special. And of course, like, the musical itself was and is amazing.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
That's so sweet. When I took my niece when she was 9 to see Wicked, it was her first Broadway show, and I also lied to her about where we were going.
Oh, I didn't know you lied too.
I know, it's really sweet.
We love lying sometimes.
She came home from school and she her mom, my sister, was like, call Ethan. And I called and I was like, hey, so just so you know, like, your mom packed a bag and you guys are gonna come stay with me for the night, and then we're just gonna hang out. And we have this kind of amazing picture of her being like, and then anyway, she got to meet Elphaba. It was Jackie Burns was playing Elphaba. It was amazing. But that was really special for me also because Wicked was, I think, my second Broadway show, but I went with my entire 6th grade class the year that it came out to see the original Broadway company.
Oh my
and it was really, formative, changed me.
It's amazing.
For good.
Yeah.
We were fascinated by the preparation for your roles. Jeff, is it true you wrote an entire backstory for the wizard's character involving a twin brother? Is that true?
Is that a rumor?
Does this ring bells?
Can you confirm?
The bells are ringing for me and my gal. You might be mixing me up with John Turturro. I think did that or maybe Jeremy Irons did it for that David Cronenberg movie where he plays gynecologist, twin gynecologist. No, but I did. I'm nothing if not conscientious. You know what I looked at again? That Robert Moses story. Do you know him?
Yes, I do.
Robert Caro wrote an exhaustive and beautiful biography about him. He was in the last century in America a very idealistic and brilliant city builder, and changed New York City and many parks and da-da-da-da. And then power got to him. He became corrupt. He became mad with power, and he was going to decimate Lower Manhattan with some plan. And one woman, Jane Jacobs, she had courage and integrity, and she stood up to him and stopped him cold. That's an inspirational story. So this happens. This kind of thing could happen in another real-life realm, So I fed myself a little bit with that.
Feels like the whole world has quite rightly fallen in love with the cast of the film and their chemistry.
To have the world feel what we felt, it feels like our little summer camp, our little private summer camp, and suddenly we get to share our summer camp video with people, and everyone's part of the camp now. Yeah. So that's really fun, and then we're slowly everyone's starting to see it. But that chemistry was real from the day one. I mean, they never chemistry read together, so each one got the role separately, and we had tested them chemistry read with other people. So when we hired them, I was like, oh, we don't know, but I know she's definitely Glinda, and I know she's definitely Elphaba. But there's something in the alchemy of Wicked and the storytelling. If you find those two things, you hope, even if it's bad energy, energy is energy and the camera will pick it up. But the good thing is when they came together, they came to my house 6 months after we cast them, and Stephen Schwartz gets on the piano, and he started playing For Good. And they just randomly started singing For Good. And it was so much magic in that room. My kids were with me, and there was tears shed, and you just knew that this was something special the world had not seen before.
And that was the moment you knew, right? That's
absolutely. Yeah. I was like, we've got a movie here. Now let's work backwards of what is this relationship could look like, and even talking to them. We would have sessions in my office and talk about where they were in their lives, and what we realized is the reason why I felt so compelled that they were these characters. They were all going through transitions in their own personal lives, and me too. I was just starting to have kids, and so all our perspectives were changing about who we were told to be, who we were told we were allowed to be, who we have to prove to, and what they expected us to be in order to be accepted. Yeah. And I think that I think what we were searching for is how to feel belonged in this world, and I think that journey is literally captured on film while we're shooting this movie.
Yeah, we were completely enthralled by the spectacle of the set, and we've heard things about the wizard's face being real, the train to Oz being real, 9 million tulips, things like that. Tell us what that was like walking onto that for the first time.
Just incredible and just immersive. I do want to. It was really funny because we had come back post-strike in, I want to say, January.
Yeah.
And I had brought my partner along for that. And we get out of the car. We were just pulling up at the train station, and they were still rolling. She had never seen or just been on a set like that before. While they're still rolling, as we're getting out of the vehicle, she just yells, "Whoa!" Just like so. I was like, yes, but also, Queen, they are still rolling. Let's maybe not. Yeah.
But how could you not? It was like rolling onto Oz. You know? Like every day that you like walked on stage, like every set was like this beautiful, unbelievable. Like I was just gonna say this. It sounds kind of like a crazy thing to say, but it's like you're having a hallucination.
Yeah.
But then when you reach out and touch it, it's actually there.
It's there.
Because it was just
for realsies.
It just was better than you could imagine.
Yeah.
I totally see that. It's just the most gorgeous thing. And we loved your Munchkin look.
Thank you so much.
How did that come about? Did you have a hand in, organising it, coming up with the ideas?
Yeah, I was like, John, I thank you for asking me to do this movie. I will only do it if every Munchkin has... No, not at all. I showed up to my first day with Frances Hannon, who was the hair and designer, and she was like, we're kind of like going between two directions. By the way, she's amazing and one of the most amazing people. But she was just like, we're trying to like kind of pick between two directions. We're thinking Munchkins might have blue hair and like that's kind of the look that we're going for, or they might have like red curly hair with freckles and brown eyes. And I was like, I feel like the latter would be a lot easier. But I was like, it was such a weird, absolutely surreal thing, and so I don't know how to describe it because it's a really weird thing to like for Munchkins to be like to be a part of that world and for it to like kind of be what I look like in normal life is crazy.
With your blue hair.
With my blue hair, right? Well, I had to dye it from blue to red.
Yeah. Oh, such a shame. You mentioned Cynthia and Ari singing, and they sung live on the set, which is so cool. How important was that to the film?
Well, it wasn't planned. I always wanted them to have outs. I never wanted to put that pressure on them. I sort of, when it becomes a marketing tool, it feels like odd, like, okay, when we did it live and you force it, we were like, listen, we'll do what's best for each scene. And the fact is when they sang live, and we have a pianist always there ready to go live if they wanted, they have the earwigs in there, the moment that they were allowed to go off tempo and start a song at their leisure, it just connected better. It connected better with their dialogue. Their character was leading the entry, not some orchestrated thing that had already existed. And then later when we went back and we needed orchestra to come in, they would be the conductor essentially of leading us in. And it made it complicated because sometimes if each take was a different tempo, then every take we chose would determine what our orchestra needed to do. So we had to be sure about certain takes, but it made it much more succinct, the whole movie connect.
And you can definitely tell that watching it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I think that was the beauty of it, that it was a natural, organic growth. And if you have actors that aren't in touch with their vocal side, or don't have it so easy, not easy because they work really hard, but so natural to their form of expression, then it feels like something on top of their character that they're building. But instead, it was so in the DNA of the character that it all connected very, very, very simply in a weird way.
And John, you mentioned that all of the installments of Oz have come at crucial moments in history.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say we're at one at the moment. What would be the one message you want people to take away from going to see Wicked?
I think it's interesting because we start with this story, the story that's expected of you and who to prove yourself to, right? And Elphaba and Galinda fulfill those roles in different way. Elphaba feels the need to prove, and has this yearning to prove. And Galinda's like, all right, I got all the check boxes, here I am. And the thing that broke it for us was, okay, what happens when it's revealed that these things you've been told is not necessarily true? And it's not the plot line of the wizard and all that. It's sort of like when you learn the truth, who do you become? And what choices do you make? And so to watch these characters decide every day, little by little, sometimes an inch, sometimes a foot, sometimes a mile, who they're going to become, I think it feels very connected to where we are right now and the challenges that we face. That every day, who are we going to choose, not just for you, yourself in your daily life, whether you cut in front of line to get coffee, or you honk at somebody at a thing, or you help your friend get through something. And also, what do we say to our children? I'm having children, my 5th child recently. My whole life has changed in 7 years. And what's the story that we want to tell them?
Yeah.
Who do we say that they need to be? And maybe that yellow brick road isn't meant for everybody. Maybe it was never built for everybody. Maybe we have to take our own road. And maybe there's no wizard there to give our heart's desire, that we actually have to help each other. We're all ourselves are wizards, and that we have to look out for each other. And every generation has a moment to decide how we want to present that to the next one. And this may just be our moment. It's not easy, it's not fun, necessarily not happy, but it is what we have to do.
Yeah.
And we keep walking.
We got a little taster earlier, but we've loved seeing you singing around the world on the press tour. Could we get a couple of bars to sum up your time in London so far to finish?
A foggy day in London town had me low, had me down. I viewed the morning with alarm. The British Museum had lost its charm. How long, I wondered, could this thing last? But the age of miracles hadn't passed, for suddenly I saw you there. And through foggy London town, the sun was shining everywhere. God, there you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
So nice to meet you. Thank you so
Yeah, so
much.
lovely
The film
to
is
meet
just
you.
amazing. Can't wait for part 2.